Hello YouTube, this is Josh New Zealand. I'm recording this from Christchurch, New Zealand on May the 30th in 2021. Got a brand new plugin to show you, which is the accumulation of about 4 years of research and development. This plugin called pkRevit has been tested on Revit 2019, 20, 21 and 22. There's a link down there if you want to download it, install it and have a play with it, and let's get cracking and I'll show you what it's all about. Here I've got a new session of Revit 2022 and I'm going to open a construction template. Now this plugin is right there on the tab and it illustrates everything that you can do with the Revit API, and I made this with C# coding. All these buttons here are stuff that I use, and these days I couldn't live without them. Going from left to right is how to uninstall it. This is all you got to do to get rid of it if you don't like it is to go to Add Remove Programs list from the control panel, and the name of the application is pkRevit Josh New Zealand. If you sort by the install date, it goes to the top of the list, and there you can get rid of it. There's no silly pop-ups or sorry to see you go error messages. Alright, so when I started my Revit API journey, the first thing I wanted to do when coming from Autodesk to Revit was how to make arrows, and I wasn't able to do it easily, but now I've got a button that sticks arrows on the screen. Check it out. One of every arrow type, and it all goes in there with one click. We got square arrows, circular arrows, hollow arrows, backwards arrows, all there for you. Next button, draw line styles. Better deselect this, crop view. There we go. So here's one of every line style that's available. This is one of my classic code that one of the ones I originally wrote all those years ago. And if I come along here, we'll see draw line patterns. Come along here, zoom out a bit, and we'll see draw line weights. So there are 16 line weights available in Revit. There are all these patterns available in the construction template. A line style is made up of a line pattern, a line weight, and a color, an RGB color, and those are the components of a line style. Half one half spaces. No, we're not there yet. We got more. So if you come down on this drop down, we got Drawball type. So let's see what happens when I do that. Check it out. It went and splashed on one of every wall type that's available in the model, and if we go to 3D view, we can see them all there. And this is very convenient for if you've got existing walls and you want to match properties with types that are loaded in, but you don't quite sure what they are, and you find it inconvenient to use the drop-down menu over here. If you splash out all the line types, it's easy to just match properties and choose them by having them visually available on screen. So if you like that, please drop me smash that like button and pass me a comment. I really appreciate your comments. They make me a better coder. So continuing right along, the last button on this drop down is draw region types. Very simple: light blue, light red, light green. Those are just filled regions. We're going to use them a little bit later on. Cool. Now what we're going to do, with all the rest of the buttons, we're going to use them in creating a showroom. So we're going to start drawing some architectural elements, just a simple showroom. Walls, rectangle. There we go. Those are the external walls. Let's put a floor in. There's your floor. Let's put it in the ceiling. There's your ceiling. Now you can't see the ceiling because it's above the cut plane. So we're going to go to ceiling to the ceiling view for level 0. Here we go, and we can select the ceiling now. Next button in pkRevit is half one half spaces. What are these about? These are about even distribution of light fittings. Now, half one half spaces in a rectangular room, to get even distribution of light fittings, the fittings have to be spaced out, so the end fittings are half the distance to the walls than it is between the fittings. So you can't stick in a light fitting and just array them, because that's not the correct distribution. But using these spaces, we can get the correct distribution by using the notches on the spaces. So that's a vertical spacer, that's a horizontal spacer, and you can see the distance between the wall and the first spacer is half the distance then between the spaces. We're going to bring up this load and place family on pkRevit, and on the last of this listing is recessed troffer face spaced, and we're going to stick on a troffer. Now a troffer is what we call a light fitting in New Zealand, and we're going to stick one on there. These are hosted to the ceiling because we're in a ceiling plan view right now. So we've got those 3 on, and we're going to copy them up according to the vertical spaces. So we've got one there, one there, one there. Delete those originals, and there we go. So that is a even distribution of light fittings inside a rectangular room by 1/2 spacing. Now we're going to go to 3D view, but first we're going to make ourselves a staff room. So this showroom is not just for the customers, it's also for the staff, and here is a special room for them to relax in. And if we go to the 3D view and put the existing walls to a bit more of a serious height so that it falls to 8, but we're going to make them 3 meters. There we go. Hide the ceiling so we can see what's going on inside, and use our match properties tool on these walls here, and we're going to make the internal walls thinner, and we're going to make the external walls thicker. But after this, we're going to get carried away and use split element SL on the keyboard, and going to make the east and south walls curtain walls. Almost there. Error message. Cancel. Let's try that again. There we go. You made a match properties. One there, one there, one there. Curtain walls. Excellent. Now, we've still got this little window open. Now this is a whole bunch of families that we're going to load in all at once, and with the magic of television we're just going to jump ahead because we're converting from 2019 to 2022. I don't want to waste your time here, so we're just going to jump ahead. And we're back. 12 families have been loaded. Let's stick them in. Double click. 5 chair. And a couch. Furniture. That's a desk. Round table over here. And we got a nightstand. We'll stick that next to the couch. We'll have a Virgin Mary, and we're going to stick this in the showroom, and we're going to show you what's going to go on with that later. We're going to shine a light on that one, and just to put in a bit more personality in this room, we're going to stick some people in it. So there's a man sitting on the chair. Here's a woman standing up, and another man tipping his hat. So check it out. So we've just added some families into this room, and we're about to go to the next button, which is circle out families. Close this for now. Back on our plan view. Now every model has a whole bunch of families loaded in, and usually the way to find them is through the project browser, through the families tree down here. But say you want to splash them all out and have them all visible, we can do that. This is categorized with this tool. It's categorized by the placement type. So if we go to the 2D type families, zoom in a little bit here and just go circle them all out, you see them populate all around in a big circle on the screen. Those are all the 2D families, and if I choose this one and zoom in a bit, and we're going to circle out the types of that family, because every family have several types associated. So that family has 4 different types. Now we're going to do the same thing with doors now. Let's see, so doors is a 1-level based hosted. Doors, zoom on in, circle those ones out. And we only got 2 types of family doors here. We want a whole bunch more than that, because I'll show you why in a second. So we're going to go to our component library, insert, load family, drill down into New Zealand. These got installed with Revit. Components, doors and windows, doors, and we're going to load up all these ones here from there to there. We're going to jump forward with the magic of television, and we're back. That took about 1 minute. So using our tool, circle them out, 1-level hosted doors. We're going to circle out all the new doors, so we've got about 20 different types of doors now in the model, and we're going to choose the second to last one and get all the types of this double door here, 4th to last one actually, and splay those out in a circle, and check out what that looks like in 3D view. Okay, we now have a whole heap of doors. So we've got a whole bunch of walls to choose from, a whole bunch of doors to choose from. Now let's start throwing some of these doors in the model. Now, there's a double door over there, double door over there. Here's a few internal doors. We'll stick one there. It's another internal door, double. I like all these doors. Now, why on earth would a building need so many damn doors? Well, it's because this showroom is a showroom for doors. So the customers come in, choose the door they like, and that's the one that that they order and gets installed in their home. So there's a very good reason why this building has so many doors. Alright. Next one. Hide. Alright, so say we want to hide. This is a very useful tool, in fact. Hide specific family or type. So if we select that, then select one of these, it asks us if we want to hide a family or a type. Now this is not like the temporary hide over here, like we've hidden the ceiling with a temporary hide. This is adding a filter and then changing the visibility state of the filter. So we're adding a filter for a type of this double door, and went and hit it, it's still there. And if we want to add a filter for the entire family, we can do that just by selecting one and choosing family. So it gets rid of all the entire family. We can bring them back like this. Over here under filters and visibility graphics, bring back the family, the back, and now we can bring back the type like that. Now this should work with linked models. It's very useful if you have a polygon offender. That means you have an element in a linked file that's making the graphical processor really work. Foliage is a good example. You can hide just that family and not hide the category, so you're not getting all these false positives, and increase the performance of your machine that way. Okay. Create platform. So we're going to use another plugin here called Coins Auto Section Box under add-ins, and this creates a little section box around the two elements that I just selected. We've got the Virgin Mary that I placed earlier, and we're going to bring back our ceiling and use the create platform button. The ceiling's not back yet. Here we go, it's back. pkRevit and create platform, and stick one in the center of the screen. Now that platform is just a surface that we can maneuver anywhere in XYZ. Also, we can maneuver it, rotate the thing using these sliders here. So watch the platform, and using the sliders we can move it around and around like that, or we can move it around and around like this, or we can use it around and around like this. Now this is very useful in the fine positioning of an object, and the object that we're going to position is going to be called a downlight, because we want to shine that downlight onto the Virgin Mary, and we're going to see the effects of that light without even using special lighting software, because Revit has some rudimentary light rendering features. So we go to graphics display option, we can come down to realistic, turn off the edges, lighting, artificial, then realistic, and make the exposure 3. And we should see the effect of the trophus, these luminaires coming down onto the floor, and we should also see the effect of the downlight shining. So there's the downlight spotlight, and we've also got some general lighting for the floor. Now using our tool, we're gonna position this downlight up by the ceiling, then over here to the other side of that luminaire, and now we're gonna put it in the correct position in the x-axis, and now we're going to use the magical little rotation tool to rotate the platform, and it will now be shining on the Virgin Mary like that. Isn't that beautiful? So now this is still rudimentary. It doesn't the lighting rendering doesn't do reflections, and it doesn't do shadows, but it can be useful for something very simple like that, for a direction of a spotlight. Let's move on. Size and position viewport. Alright, so we have our plan view here, and we want to put that on a sheet now. So here we go. This is some contract documentation, sheet F1, and we're going to take duplicate that view as dependent, and then adjust the position of the viewport in this dependent so it's just around the building, the showroom that we made. And then we're going to drag that dependent view onto our sheet. Now should be done, just like that, we're done. Okay, Now, we want to add color to the background of this because say this is a security drawing and we want it to indicate access controlled zones. So to do that, we're going to use this tool here, size and position viewport. First, we're going to better make our colors. So let's duplicate level 0 and use the tool from earlier, draw region types, and we're going to put on color for the staff room. So that's that's a access control just for people who work at the building. We're going to use this light blue to indicate that this is the area for the general public, and the light red will say that's an administration area. Now, we want to. I'm going to make all other categories except detail items hidden. And we're also going to turn off annotation categories. There we go. So we got our background. So how are we going to get that background behind this? Size and position viewport. So following these prompts, we're going to click on our viewport to copy the dimensions. And then we're going to make ourselves a new dependent view, and then select that one. Come back into here, and then click on 4. And here we go. So we got our colors directly over top, but that's no good because we want our colors to be behind. So we've got another tool for that. Bring viewport to front, and away we go. It brings the layout to the front, and that looks beautiful. Open parent view. This button is quite simple. So you just go into there, and then open parent view, opens it up. I'll just do that again. If you're in an active viewport and you want to jump directly to the parent view, you can do it with one click without having to muck around with the project browser, just like that. There we go. Add new parameters with code. Alright, so over here we've got doors. We want to add some new parameters to them. So with that door there, say for each of these doors you want to add an instance parameter to indicate the installation and color. No need to muck around. We can do it with a single click with this tool. One click, away they go. And if you noticed over here, color and installation have popped up, and that was from a shared parameters file we can view right there. We can also add instance parameters for all the categories. So if we don't want, we have comments field here, but we need more comments field. Click on that. We've just added comments field 1, 2, and 3, not just for our door, but this is for all categories. So that's walls. There we go. Should be there. 1, 2, and 3, and furniture. 1, 2, and 3. But the type of field, the type of parameters that we want in the schedules would be type parameters. So in this one, you want to add specific type parameters for doors. And for doors, I want to add IP rating, IK rating, accessories, guarantee, and lifetime. So here are the parameters and the GUIDs here in this shared parameters file. If I select the door and now select that button, you'll notice that we have all the new parameters: guaranteed, lifetime, IP rating, IK rating, accessories. Similar thing if we want to add alternate manufacturers, but not just for doors, for all categories, we can click on that button, throws them all in, and let's have a look. Actually, these aren't alternate, these are type comments. So additional type comments, got them all there for all categories. Now this fifth way, this is a special way of adding, this last one, this is a special way of adding additional parameters, and we want to add them to the underlying RFA file. So if we change a value to a type parameter in a family, it would lose that value in another project. But in order to get that value to traverse to another project, we have to add it to the underlying RFA family, and we can do that here. And we're going to add the alternate manufacturers with a single click. It takes a bit longer because it's opening it up and saving it. And if we go edit family, we'll see that it is now embedded here in the actual RFA file. Excellent. The pkRevit, next one, shared. Right, so over back on our sheet, Now, have you heard the expression that Revit is a jack of all trades, master of none? It is very true, but there's one thing Revit excels at, and that's schedules. So let's make a schedule for our doors. Doors, here we go, and we're going to add in fields for the new ones. So we're going to family, add family, type. What's T for type? There it is, down there. Manufacturer, model, and all the ones that I made, which is lifetime, G for guarantee, IK rating, IP rating, where's IP, I know, and accessories. And they all go. Here's our schedule. Too many items in there. Let's knock that back a bit, because I think we better delete some of these superfluous walls now. We've finished using them. We're going to delete them and simplify our schedule. And those ones there. That's a bit better. One thing I've got to do is that this is not sort itemized every instance. This is by type, so we're going to deselect that. And sadly, it's gone and disappeared. This is what Revit does, unless it knows how to, because it thinks it's grouping them all up into one. And to fix it, we got another button here on pkRevit, and that is Schedule Manual Sort Order. There we go. So they added another column, and it's just a column with an integer value to indicate the order of where the door goes in the schedule. And with this little window, we can reorganize it. So we want to separate the internal doors out from the external doors, and we can do that. And we also want to order the doors by their width. So we got so if we come back over here. In fact, at this stage, I think I'll drag it onto the sheet. It makes it easier to see what's going on. So where's our schedule? There it is. Draw that there. Isn't that wonderful? Type. And using this window here, we can now change the order of everything. You watch as the order change. This is manual ordering. Now bring that internal door up to the top and sort it by, hey, that's an internal door there. That goes up a bit, one more. And I think we're done. Oh no, that's a 2100 door. We'll put that at the end. There it is. So it's nice. We got them in the order that we want. We've got a few blank fields over here. Let's add manufacturer for all the doors, and we can do this with edit type parameters. Over here, this is easier than editing a schedule directly, because editing a schedule directly doesn't account for carriage returns. Group by schedule. Here we go. Let's see. So manufacturer. So let's add in some manufacturers. So we're going to go doors are us. Not roars are us, doors are us, Acme doors, no. And doors wholesaler. Cool, good enough, save. See that changed? Now we want to copy that to all the rest of them. We can do it with this tool as well. I'm going to throw it over there and then go through them, copy, save. Copy, save, copy, save, copy, save. You get the picture. It goes and copies them to the rest of this tool. Externalize schedule. So we're going to grab all the parameters for all these doors and stick them into an external database. We're going to do it with a single click, and this is done with this button. First we need a project name. We're going to go Monday morning doors. Extract the entire schedule, click yes. Now when you install this plugin, it also installs a standalone app now, and it's called Store Attachments, and that should appear on your desktop. And there it is, Monday morning doors. Here are the doors, and there are the parameters. You can see doors are us, Acme wholesalers. Now what's the point of this tool? It's not just to externalize the doors. We want to attach PDF data sheets to the doors, because it's not really feasible to attach PDFs to the RVT file, but we can do it this way. And if we bring up a directory of door data sheets, so for this door we'll attach attach that data sheet there, and for the next door down we'll attach that data sheet there, and for the next door down we'll attach that data sheet. Oh, we just select next door, we'll attach that data sheet there. There we go. So we've just associated data sheets to their door ID. Just open one up, but you can open it up directly from here. This this tool we hit here, you can also if we just do a little snippy tool, you can also use it to put a direct picture into it. Paste from clipboard, and that's a picture of my face. Moving right along, where are we? Okay, so that's it. So that's all the serious stuff. Let's get on to some fun stuff. Draw a smiley face. What happens? Oh my god. That's an easy way of drawing a smiley face. This will work on three-dimensional elements as well. Let's see, let's draw a smiley face behind the Virgin Mary. There we go. That's 2D lines and 3D lines. Another quick cool thing I'm going to show you here is extensible storage. This is a way of graduating from parameters so you can store your variables in a more class-like structure, data structure. Come back to shaded, come over here. Where'd I go? Bring up this dialog box and click once. There we go. There's a room full of people. And we're going to rearrange people in this room and see if we can. First we'll randomize the color. Beautiful. And now put the furnitures in different locations and the people in different locations, and then store those locations. Let's see, we'll put the round table over here. We'll take the pink table and put it over there, as well as the chair. And let's see, we'll make that a 45-degree rotation on that chair there. Cool. We'll save that layout. Okay, so we've got two layouts saved in extensible storage. 1, 2. And we can randomize the color in that one. 1, 2. Great. Now, understanding transforms. Did you know that it's possible to do interpolation in Revit? It's something that you think it would only be possible in an application like 3ds Max, but you can in fact do it using sliders in the Revit environment. And here we go. We're interpolating between those two platforms there. Let's watch the chair. We can also get that chair to fly up to a different orientation altogether. And watch this animation. And there it is flying up to that wall. Now this is something which probably most people don't realize is possible in Revit. It's, I've spent a very long time coding for that. I haven't found a use for it yet, so I stuck it under fun stuff. I spent so long in it, I wanted people to appreciate it. And last but not least is the Nerf gun intersection demo. So watch that Nerf gun. What happens when I click this? It'll shoot, randomly shoot the walls, and it will, every time it hits a wall, it will draw a circle on the wall. So there's some free interior decorating. It's a bit like a particle collider there, and we can get rid of those internal lines, and we've got a decorated wall. I'll just show that to you one more time, so it's quite cool. Okay, so the Nerf gun rotates in random directions, points a vector at the wall. Every time it hits a wall, it draws a circle. Away we go. Check it out. And we're done. We'll get rid of those lines. And we're done. So that's the end of my presentation. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed it. I need your feedback too, because I need to improve upon this tool. I'm pretty sure it works on all the versions of Revit going up from 2019 to 2022. But if there's anything that goes wrong with it, I need to know in order to fix it. Okay, I think the rain has stopped outside, and it's pitch. It's the middle of the night right now, but I think I'm going to go for a jog around Hagley Park. Have a good rest of the day. Goodbye.